Welcome back to the Reptiles With Podcast. Today, it's a little bit of a slow news day. So I figured, I was listening to something this morning and I was like, hey, this would be a good topic to talk about. All right. It was on the Joe Rogan podcast with Bert Kreischer. But before we get started, hit like, hit subscribe, share with your reptile loving friends. Let's check this out.
Have you ever had rattlesnake on your property out here? You have?
Yeah. Out here, we've had one. One of my neighbors had a couple coral snakes in their
Intervene
garage.
whenever you guys want.
Those are scary.
Coral snakes are the ones that look like
Red and black.
but it's
They're
like
beautiful.
black and yellow kill a fellow. Red and
What is that?
red, white, and blue.
Red, white, and blue.
He's cool.
I don't know what but my old house in California, there was a bunch of them.
Your old house was in the wilderness.
Yeah, well, I was in a place where there was a lot of
Red
wildlife.
touches yellow, kill a fellow. Red touches black, venom lack.
What does that mean?
There's no venom.
Oh, to help identify venomous coral snakes. Oh, I see.
'Cause I think
so
we had
some
those-
coral snakes are not venomous?
No, it's a
Oh, yeah, that's what it looked like.
it's a king snake. A scarlet king snake is harmless. Coral snakes are
All right.
deadly.
Anything we got so
Okay.
far? Anything specific that's
I want to
successful?
say every time I hear the red fellow bullshit, I always hear a new rhyme.
No,
There's
yeah,
always
there's
a new
different
rhyme.
rhymes to it. I've heard that one before as
Like
well.
I haven't heard that one before.
Yeah, I've heard that one before. I always say like, never go by that.
Yeah, because what
Yeah.
if you run into a morph?
No, literally, that's the thing. That's a real thing. They can
Yeah,
be
no, of
variable.
course.
They can be variable and
Yeah.
have the opposite, or instead of yellow is white.
Yeah.
And then you got these motherfuckers confused. Like, just don't fucking touch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't fucking touch it.
Yeah, if you see a snake, you don't know what the f- it is. Just,
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the only difference technically is like that you can see quickly is the head shape.
Yeah.
But you have to get too close to even look at all that.
Yeah.
So it's
Not
like,
all that. I could tell, bro. I could tell from a mile away.
oh my
A
god.
mile, you can see the different head shape.
A mile.
What?
Let's put it to the test.
You thought it was
How
the
are we
one-
gonna put it to the test? You got one? And we're gonna put it a mile away, and we're
I
gonna go.
could find one. We found one. They're
Yeah,
not
and you know what you
find-
thought? You thought it was a ribbon snake.
Why? Because there was no light, you bitch. I didn't say I could see it in the dark. I said a mile away.
No, you saw a snake from a mile away.
Yeah, I can see a snake from a mile away, bro.
Okay, that's different than seeing a coral from far away.
I can see a coral from a mile away.
Prove it.
I did with you. Did
No.
you see the snake?
No.
Did you see the snake?
I wasn't looking.
No, we were herping. You didn't see the snake.
Yeah, I don't see
Why
shit.
did you see? Exactly, you didn't see shit. So how are you going to tell me what I see if you can't see what you see?
I didn't tell you what you saw.
You can't even see what you see. So how are you going to tell me what I see?
I wear glasses. Why are you attacking me?
And still don't work.
No, they work. They work, because guess what I saw?
What?
Yeah, I don't got nothing. You got...
Yeah,
no, we saw...
whatever.
Whatever.
Continue.
You.
Deadly.
Okay,
And so we had both in Florida, I think. So you never got near either of them.
But go back to that image, Jamie. The one on the top, red touches yellow, kill a fellow. That's it. So that's the one that'll kill it. Red touches black, scarlet king snake, harmless. Interesting.
I'm not going to roll the dice on that.
I would not remember this. I would fuck that up.
I'd be like, wait,
that
black.
thing looks like it will fucking for sure kill you.
Red touches black. Step back. What? Yellow,
Red
black, and
touches
yellow.
yellow, kill a fellow. That's the one. That's all you have to remember. Red touches yellow, kill a fellow.
Black and yellow, black and yellow.
That's red touches yellow. That creature. So my friend, she had two of them in her garage. Yeah, not good.
Not
but,
good.
my old house, did you ever meet Frank? You never met Frank. I used to have this pit bull named Frank Sinatra, and Frank
I only knew Johnny.
Frank killed everything. Everything that got in that yard was dead.
Really?
Yeah, he was a psycho.
All right. So the reason why I don't listen to Joe Rogan that much. It's usually like specific conversations that like
Yep.
stick out to me. I'm like, oh, like he just had Jacques Vallée, which that was like a big like UFO person. I'm like, this is like a conversation you want to hear. And whenever he has like comedians on, I usually listen to it, like because it's it's a lot of good banter. But sometimes he'll have animal people on, and they'll get into reptile topics, or he'll have somebody in relation to Florida on, and he'll have a reptile topic, and it's always the most absurd fucking
Yeah.
conversation. And then he'll get on like with like the generic like Burmese python arguments, and then he talks about the monstrous alligators and the You posted one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He pisses me off. He has the dumbest view in nature, yet he's a quote unquote nature lover. I have no
He likes
idea.
going on hikes. He just doesn't like seeing the animals.
Yeah. He goes on hikes and hates everything that goes on hikes with him. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I noticed that a lot of where I work too. It's really strange.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you give a little more information on that?
Yeah, like I'll run into people like, do my rounds and they'll be complaining about what they're seeing out there. It's like it's a boardwalk to a lake. I can't really sorry, the snake was there. And they'll go into like the exhibit areas sometimes too. And I've seen like people just straight up just like in pure disgust, like just talking straight shit to the animals to their face. I've literally heard a guy say he walked over to the bullfrogs enclosure and is like, what a lousy existence.
Fuck.
And then he walks away and says, oh wow, look at the beautiful trees. I'm like, I'm not making that up.
So
That was
weird.
It's strange. Like I didn't know that you could like going outside and despise the animals that live there. I don't know.
It is strange. Yeah. So usually whenever like it gets into like reptile topics, I'm always like, all right, I gotta fucking skip this because I'm like, I'm not gonna agree on it. It's just gonna like kind of irk me, like or whatever. But I was in the middle of washing dishes, so I had to listen to this whole thing, and I'm like, oh, found the topic for today. All right, let's continue.
And he would kill rattlesnakes all the time. So he'd get bit all the time. So like fucking.
I'm like, wait, how did he not get bit?
He got bit every time. So I have to keep bringing him to the fucking vet. I brought him to the vet like at least 3 times, and one time I had to bring him twice because he had been stung. He'd been bitten by rattlesnakes so many times that he had developed some sort of an immunity. So I brought him the first time, and we're at the vet. He was super friendly. He was the sweetest dog. Loved everybody, but like vicious with snakes and lizards. Yeah. Lizards are like his video game. He would like jump on the walls to try to get the lizards that were crawling on the walls. He would leap into the air to try to get these lizards. So I brought him to the vet, and the vet's like, I don't see a puncture mark, and he's not swelling, so I wouldn't worry about it. And I'm like, wow. How the fuck did you kill that snake and not get bit? And then I brought him back to the house, and then his face immediately swole back up again. So then I had to bring him back to the vet, and the vet's like, he's been stung, he's been bit so many times that he probably has some sort of an immunity.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It's a coral snake too that doesn't go by the rhyme.
That is so
and that is
beautiful.
One of the most venomous snakes in the world.
God, I would assume.
Wait, which
that would
one?
Fuck you up. It kills king cobra.
Let me see. Is that a crate?
I always forget which one that is.
That's not a.
I see that picture all the time, and I always forget what it is.
That's not in the same family though.
Yeah, it's different, right?
He's just in a lapid, but.
Got you.
But
they call it like a coral
common
snake.
name is coral snake. Yeah.
Got you.
It's different.
You want me to hold it here?
I got it. I'm holding it. Yeah, you're good. Oh, I guess I see what you're saying. Sorry. Here, I'm gonna press play and then just hold it while I fix his mic. No, I got it.
Look
It's
how
a Malaysian
beautiful it is.
blue coral.
Somewhere there's some idiot in Florida in a death metal band that wants this. And he's going to have it in his house until he can't feed it anymore. It's like, little fella, I got to let you go. And he's going to let it loose, and it's going to go in the fucking Everglades.
It's not
and then you're going to have a
wrong.
half.
Not wrong.
Yeah.
Thank God for the
Yeah.
permits, FWC.
No, yeah, for real.
Thank God for the permits.
Yeah, I just found it so funny that he like specifically called out Florida. I was like, oh fuck, and then he was like
Yeah.
death metal band. I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
That's how I got a lot of my animals to begin with. It was people in music.
Yeah, and he's not wrong. But
That's
thank
crazy.
God there's permits for
Yeah.
venomous. So there's people that keep track. There's a lot of people that probably have them like illegally, and you're fucked for that.
Yeah.
But great point. Can't argue that.
Slash had poisonous snakes in his house.
Of course he did.
Poison.
Look
And
at him.
then there was an
I'm
earthquake.
immune to that one.
Oh, great.
I read that. I think I read that in one of their books, or I talked to Slash once about it.
They got out?
And I think they got out, and they had to send someone in the house to. I can't remember exactly, but there was an earthquake, and he had like a cobra.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I don't understand. I mean, I understand wanting to have a snake, but poisonous snakes, I can't wrap my head around.
No.
You can never touch it. You can never play with it.
Fuck all snakes. How about that?
Oh,
How about all
man.
that?
That's where it
Come
is,
on,
bro.
man.
Always, it's always that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has the stupidest view. I swear. I've liked him less and less the more I've watched him talk
Because
about
of stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel very similar.
Because it's like you have this one-sided, like, you love nature, but you have an exception to things. He doesn't like gators. He doesn't like snakes.
I was about to mention too, the gator
bears,
shit.
wolves, coyotes, foxes. Like, what the fuck are you
So
on?
we're gonna talk a little bit about the wolf thing. That's something I'm gonna tie it into.
I went
How
through
about
I went
snakes
through
are
a
the
snake
reason
phase.
why we wear clothes? A snake tricked Eve into eating that fucking apple, and now we're ruined.
Fake story.
Jesus, come save us.
You definitely look
Snakes.
like you would have gone through a
I think
lizard
he's
phase,
joking.
though.
No.
Yeah,
Well,
it is.
listen,
Facetiously.
I had one idea that was the dumbest idea.
The snake guy.
What is going on?
The cop
Has
doesn't
he got
want
snakes?
Yeah, fuck, I was
Oh,
I know
this
what
is the
you're
wrong
looking
cop
at.
to pull a snake out with.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I'll stand right here.
Now wait a minute. You don't understand how many there
Oh my
are.
god.
You see all them snakes right there?
Yeah.
You see them snakes right there?
Yeah.
They're my babies. I care more
I think we
about
reacted
them
to this one
snakes
before.
than I do
We
a
have.
human life. Just like that, man. Them
Okay.
snakes mean more.
Look, he's already out the door. He's like, sure thing, buddy.
I love that guy.
So I had this one
like
idea once.
It's funny.
Bert
It's
Kreischer?
funny.
No, the
Or the
guy.
other guy. Oh,
yeah.
gotcha.
He's hilarious.
It's funny, but goddamn, like.
I mean, bro, not wrong. I've seen some crazy motherfuckers.
No, I know. It's just I don't like seeing shit like that just get blasted. I know it's happening and we don't deny it. It's just like ugh.
Bro,
again.
I don't hide it, bro. It's real.
I know.
I'm not you as Ark, bro.
I think it was a thing of the. I don't think it's as like prevalent as it is.
You're wild. I literally just told y'all a story in which me and Chandler went to somebody's
Oh,
place.
yeah.
Was I there for this
Yeah.
conversation?
Yeah.
Bro, yeah. And this guy was like weird as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
don't
know
even
what you're
say
ta-
nothing, no.
Stop, bro.
Oh shit, my bad.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. That shit was weird as fuck. And there's a lot of those. A lot.
I don't think I'm not saying that there isn't, and I'm not saying that there's not a lot, but I do not think that there's as many as
You're
there once
wild.
was. I just think that
You're wild.
there's more access to those kinds of things.
You're wild.
There's no data, so we can go back and forth all day. There's no,
No,
data.
exactly. There's no data, but like I've seen enough to say like it's still exactly the same, bro.
I don't think so.
Yeah, bro. You really don't know.
Yeah.
These people have little parties and shit they go to.
Yeah, what do they do there?
Weird shit.
Like
Drugs.
surprise.
You get to see their animals, do weird shit with the animals. Yeah.
All right, let's go.
There's video evidence of that.
Oh man.
I want to see that.
I had this house that was like it had like a center courtyard, and I was gonna seal off the center courtyard and get a crocodile monitor
Bad ass fucking monitor.
and feed it rabbits, and have like a
I like
wild
how they know what they are.
in the center of my house.
I love it.
So I was gonna set up trees because it had like open air. So I was like, I'm gonna set up a canopy, trap it in there like a greenhouse, make it nice and warm so it's an environment. Put trees up everywhere, and then just let shit loose and watch.
Yeah.
Then I was like, that's so fucked up. It's like, and then I started thinking like, what's wrong with you? It's like if I started thinking about me, going I didn't like me. Like imagine taking one of your friends over your house, and you have a murder sanctuary in the centerpiece of your home.
Oh.
The atrium of your home is just like you watch animals just get slaughtered. They have no chance of escape, unlike the wild.
Oh.
In the wild, the rabbit can get away.
Dude, we used to
Kind
do
of a
that
fair
in
fight.
our fraternity. My buddy Mason had a big python, and they'd buy rats and they'd put money on it, and they'd put them in the corners and put the python in the center, and they have the benches from our cafeteria lined up. It'd be in a square, and we bet on which one he'd eat first. And it was crazy. Rats would go right up to the snake's face and touch the snake's face. Snake wouldn't even fucking touch it, and then all of a sudden, just
Yeah.
you'd see him coil up.
Yeah, they just make the move.
I had a Savannah monitor. I had a iguana. Savannah monitor ate mice, and then
Oh my god, bro.
iguana just nothing. It just
That's those rats.
Oh my god.
Even the crocodile monitor eating rabbits, it's crazy.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane.
yeah.
I was surprised that they knew what a crocodile monitor was.
Yeah. That's
wasn't the-
painful.
Yeah, it wasn't the
Yeah,
first time
what
that
the
I heard him
fuck,
talk about
man?
that crocodile monitor thing. But so that whole conversation that they went off of was piggybacked from apparently in Colorado. They released or they passed a law to release some wolves.
Gray wolves, yep.
How did you take all of that information in? Like when that happened, how did you feel about it and stuff?
It was a good thing. They were reintroducing
Mm-hmm.
the gray wolf, but then the hunters didn't want them there because they were going to kill the deer and shit, and then they wanted to hunt the wolves out again.
Yeah.
So what ended up happening now is that where Rogan was like coming out of a place he was just like, yeah, like all those like, people that voted it in because they're so environmentalist. Now they're like, oh fuck, they're killing our this, they're killing our that, and they're finding like elks, like pieces of elk and like
Not true.
Well, he had. I mean, this is his words. I don't know. But now the thing is that now they're trying to undo that, and apparently all of the wolves that they released are collared, and they could track them and stuff like that. So you could even see where these fucking things are and shit.
Yeah, that's not what's happening at all.
Yeah, I don't
if you
know.
look into the research, that's literally not what's happening. They're doing fine.
Gotcha.
People just that hate them already hated them. And like they're making it seem like they're just like slaughtering everything. Like if you have like cows and shit, then yeah, maybe. But they're like secretive animals still. They're not like near people. And they were released in a park. Like
Crazy.
yeah, but people there, it's like everything else, bro. They just make the story bigger than what it is.
Yeah.
And I think Joe Rogan does that quite a fucking lot, bro.
Yeah, and so not that I go to like places like that for points of like knowledge or reference for
Yeah.
my life or anything like that, but stuff like that when I hear it of things that I'm like I'm familiar with it, I know a little bit about it. I'm like, damn, it's crazy that like people can just be outwardly wrong and think that they're so right, but then other people that listen to him and think that but this is the guy and he's the fucking he knows
Yep.
everything. It's just like like how can
It
you just
makes
take
me-
something that somebody else says and just
It makes me trust him less in every topic. Even a
Yeah.
topic that I don't know shit about, I listen to him and I'm like, I don't know, bro.
yeah.
I don't know because you've
Yeah.
been wrong about the things that I do know.
yeah.
You've been openly wrong about the things that I do know. So it's like
yeah.
sometimes I think like if I'm watching him, I watch him depending who he has on, like you said, especially like an animal person because I hope to put some sentence into him. But whenever I watch him with even other topics, I'm like, am I just wasting my time because
Yeah,
he's not.
That's why it's like for me, it's like, dude, put on like a fight companion. It's gonna be funny. Put on one of his comedians, and they're gonna shoot
Yeah.
the shit. It's gonna be funny. And then put on like conspiracy related stuff, and somebody reviewing the book or documentary that they
Yeah.
just made. Like I just watched one. I watched a documentary that I heard about, and he was going through like different, like the guy that made the book was going through different circuits, and Rogan was one of them. It was the Charles Manson one called Chaos. Yeah. Is that your phone?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. But yeah, no. So crazy. Speaking of Atrium, I went to the Gaylord Palms.
Mm-hmm.
I had gone a couple times before, right? I didn't, but the times that I've gone for like conventions or like expo related stuff, I never went to that part of the hotel.
Everglades.
Yeah, I didn't know that existed.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, right?
I just took a walk and I was like, what is this place, dude? They had a fucking castle. They had like some small exhibits with some reptiles. They had some gators. Dude, it was fucking cool,
I
man.
took care of all of that.
Yeah, because I remember you talking about it, and then as I was there, I was like, "This is the place. This is the
Yeah.
place." I never put like two and two together.
Yeah, I took care of all those gators, the snakes in the little building.
Yeah.
That water's cold as fuck. So I've
I
had
bet.
to like dive
Yeah.
in there and catch like 40 gators, bro.
You're crazy,
Yeah,
Yeah.
with goggles and everything underwater,
Yeah.
catching gators.
dude. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's a fire fucking place. Also, where the reptile enclosures are, everybody misses it. You probably did too. Do you know how there's like random little ponds? The one next to that is alligator gar, the size of hell.
Whoa.
I didn't look that much in. So this is what happened, right? As I was going through, I found the reptile house, but the reason why I even got to that reptile house was because I was completely enamored with the size of the monstera that they had, and then I have photos on my phone. Maybe I'll put them up. Maybe I won't. But I was like nerding the fuck out about how they got the monstera got the aerial roots into the water, and I was like, oh, fucking look at it, it's so fun. And I'm like, I'm gonna do this when I get home. Yeah.
It's a fire.
Yeah, I was
fire.
falling in love with the plants more than anything.
And it's like a dome, and there's
Yeah.
some rooms.
Yeah,
with AC inside the dome.
Yeah, dude.
Insanity.
Yeah, dude.
I've been to
Very
it once, and I remember when you posted about it, I asked you, I was like, just trying to remember where it was.
Yeah.
It's a cool place.
I used to go there every Tuesday and every Saturday and do a show with the gators, swim with the gators, feed the gators, take care of the snakes
Hell yeah, brother.
for my current job and Gatorland.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh shit, dude. Can you pull up the thing that I sent you? So
Where'd you send it again?
Instagram. So to piggyback on everything that we're talking about with irresponsible people doing irresponsible things.
Ho Rogan.
Yeah. I found, or I was scrolling around. I saw this. You guys follow Responsible Reptile Keeping?
I think so.
Today I do, yes.
It looks. How would you describe it, Eric? You just found it.
It's similar goals as USARK, but in Europe.
And I think it's like research based.
Yeah, a
is
little
kind of what the thing is.
Yeah, the part that they really like emphasized was that they're using data and they're using research and they're going after it in a very logical way instead of the full force emotional that USARK usually goes for.
Yep.
At least from what I've looked at so far.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
I think it's really interesting.
And they go at it with like literally being responsible when you keep. Like they say what to do, what not to do.
Yeah, they're
like,
going at it with a level head.
Yeah, to them, like even tubs is not good.
Yeah. I mean, that's a European ass thing, anyways.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But they actually have like reasons and studies on that. They've had people on it that literally talk on why tubs are not good, like scientific fact data. There's YouTube videos on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I gotta check that out.
Yeah.
So now the thing that was super interesting to me is that the person that shared it was Justin Kobilka from Canova. He's the largest ball python breeder in the world. So check this out.
Guys, have you ever heard of Responsible Reptile Keeping? This is an awesome organization that we support. It's out of the UK, and it's all about protecting our rights, just like USR. But they're much more data-driven. They're actually trying to pull together all the data to be able to actually combat some of the lies in the media and actually have some real things to show when we go and fight for our rights with USR. So if you love USR, check out Responsible Reptile Keeping as well. Make sure you fill out their reptile survey as they try to collect data from all over the world about people who love these reptiles and to protect our rights. So guys, have you ever heard of
He just jabbed at USARK, bro.
Yeah.
I think it was a mild one, but it was
Yeah,
there.
it's a
That's
jab.
interesting.
That's a little jab.
I would have expected him to be more.
I don't think it was a jab on purpose, but I think it was.
It was like fact, like yo,
No, it's-
they got it together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like step it up to this.
little wake up call.
You think it's that, or maybe he just?
No,
was
I,
more
think
I don't
it's
think that was-
There's no way you just say that and not think like they're gonna. Take it
I
as a
wonder
jab.
if he's getting backlash from like at least the circles, like
he
his
will.
own circles of like.
No,
He
they all
could.
think the same thing now. I think people have. Yeah, people have woken up from USR.
You think so?
100%.
Or you think people in our circles?
No. In
I
general,
don't really. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm
In
not
general,
even so
in
much involved in a lot
general,
of that stuff.
people in general are like over it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like, bro, they don't make any noise anymore. Like, it's not the same. Nobody's like, if you don't buy from these people and they don't support USR. Like, the only people that do it is a few YouTubers, and that's because they're like sponsored and
Yeah.
they get to put their little logo. That's it.
Interesting.
And then like the reptile shows and shit like that. But people in general, I don't think nobody gives a fuck anymore.
That's interesting. USARK Florida actually sent me something recently. Apparently, they're trying to review the stuff that went on with the Tegu and Iguana ban, and not that they're trying to unban it, but they're trying to allow the capture and the exportation, whether I guess statewide or maybe out of it's just
Yeah. They're trying to get it to where you can capture and sell outside of the state. Not that you can keep them.
Gotcha. Yeah, correct. How do you guys feel about that?
Fine, I
It's
guess.
okay.
I think that's how. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's how originally it should have been. I understand.
I don't think it works.
Why don't you think it works?
Because then you're creating a market out of it. You don't want the market to die. So you're not fixing the problem. You're just keeping a market.
All you're doing is
If I make money out of catching iguanas, if I catch them all, I won't make money.
You'll never catch them all.
Yeah, you can. Out of certain spots, absolutely.
Certain spots, but you'll never catch them all.
But out of certain spots, it's not just me catching. Now you're opening a market, it's multiple people. Now this is my spot, and I don't want my spot to die out. I'm not gonna catch them all on purpose. 100%.
Yeah, but
That's
you're
when you make
not.
money.
You're not. But the next person might.
No, because everybody will have their own sections.
I think that there is specifically with iguanas. The iguana situation is the Burmese python of lizards.
No,
You don't think so?
no,
Why?
because they're located in very specific spots. It's
Iguanas.
yeah, iguanas.
And how long have they been established?
For many years since like the
They'll
60s.
they'll never leave. They'll never be eradicated.
No, but if you had a project big enough, you could. They're not like the problem with berms is that they're inside the forest. There's nothing you can do. Iguanas are in the cities. That's cake. You just won't do it because it's a market. That's why they've
No,
never.
I don't think that
Bro,
we can.
they've done
I
it.
don't think that we can get to 0 iguanas at all.
Close, like bro, we can literally get rid of a lot of iguanas close to it. They're all in the cities.
I'm not saying that we can't get rid of a lot of them.
We could get to zero if we had the right project. They're all in the cities and they're open.
Okay.
They're not in the forest. They can't hide in the forest.
Wait,
If
they
you-
can't hide in the forest?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
They're in the city. They're not like in the Everglades.
Oh,
at the
you're saying
berm.
that they...
They're easy to catch.
I'm just trying to understand why... I had to take a second to understand why you said they can't hide in the forest.
Because they're not in it. They're
No,
in the
I
city.
get it, but saying they can't hide in the forest is like saying that in the
But
forest
can't.
they have
Like,
no
bro,
option.
bro,
They have no way to
for
hide.
example, For example,
You understand what I'm saying,
For
right?
Yes, I
example,
understand
I
the
have a friend.
confusion.
I have
That's
a
why I
friend.
had to stop to gather.
For example,
okay,
I have a
continue.
friend that
Yeah.
did a study with gopher tortoises and iguanas.
Yeah.
They went to a big spot and
Okay.
cleaned it out of iguanas,
Okay.
and then left the other spot with iguanas, so that they can perform the study. That can be done, but nobody's putting the money to it.
Okay.
Number one, and number two, the pet trade. Whenever the pet trade does it, they have a market to it.
Okay.
You're not going to catch as much as you can. You're going to catch as much as you make money. You're going to leave the females there so that they can still breed. It is not a solution. It's just a market.
It's better than what there is now.
It's not. There's no data for that. They say, you know how they say...
Wait, didn't they say that there was data for that? Can somebody look that up? One of you guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
They said that at the FWC meeting.
Who said it?
So it was... What's his name? He sells turtles. You probably know his name.
Cantos?
Crocodile guy.
Crocodile guy that sells turtles?
Yeah, fuck.
Oh my god, I'm blanking. Bro, what's happening
Crocodile
right
guy
here?
that sells turtles.
Crocodile guy that sells turtles.
Yes.
What?
He breeds caiman lizards too. Michael Lorette?
Oh, yeah, got you.
So a few people have said the same thing. But you cannot say that the population has gone up or down if you're not counting the entire populations. That's number
Wait,
one.
what do you mean?
True.
Wait, say again.
Who
Break it down for me. So I'm
did you
trying to
count a population in one park, or did you count populations within the state? That's number one. Number two, every year there was always more iguanas than the previous year. Always.
Okay.
That year was the same.
But by percent, what year
By
was
percent
most?
is always higher. Because now
Regardless.
you have new females. Yeah, now you have new
but there
females
has to
in.
be okay. No. But what I'm saying is that wait. There has to be a trend by percent that it raises. Was the years that we've not captured things? Was there what's the word for the money that was that number inflated? The years that we're not.
It's always going up the same.
That's impossible.
How is it impossible? You're catching males for the most part and young ones. You're leaving the females to breed so that you can sell more.
Assuming.
Bro, who was selling big iguanas?
A lot of people were selling baby iguanas.
No, they were selling the males and the babies.
Okay.
A lot of females were left behind.
No,
Those
I
already
don't.
pregnant and with the
I don't
babies.
disagree with you, but there's literally
Have you looked at that data, or are you listening to people that say there's data?
literally neither. I am just speaking out of trying to understand how any of that makes any sense.
What do you mean?
Because if people were capturing iguanas, mind you, yeah, you're right. Probably majority babies, majority females, but I can guarantee you within 100% that it's impossible that they wouldn't capture female iguanas.
No, absolutely.
Okay.
There were some caught. I'm not saying no, but
so
if you know,
if some female iguanas were getting caught and then no female iguanas were getting caught, then technically there is the number would have been different.
not by much.
But you're right.
Why do
Maybe not by
iguanas-
much.
Why
but,
do iguanas?
But there
why
are
do
different.
iguanas have so many babies?
Why do they have so many babies?
Yes.
Okay. What do you mean when you're asking me that?
Biologically, why do they have so many babies?
Because some of the babies are gonna die off,
Die off how? They get predated. That's what people were
Okay.
doing. Predating on the baby iguanas.
and nothing else was predating on baby iguanas.
Of course, some other things probably were, but that's what you're doing. What
Okay.
percentage of them would survive? Probably close to 1%.
But is there data
like every
that
other lizard?
But is there
This-
data that those babies that didn't get caught? Is there data out there that those babies that didn't get caught were prey to more animals because of it?
What?
You understand what I'm? No, you don't. Do you
No.
understand what I'm saying?
Vaguely.
Is there data that because now there's more babies that are not being grabbed, right? So now there's an influx of
You're saying there's more
animals.
prey for things to eat.
Is there data that showcases any of that?
No,
No.
probably not.
I don't think
Okay.
people are looking for that. That's another thing.
Okay, but isn't that something that maybe should be considered when we're talking
Yes,
about
well,
what
my-
numbers
my
we're
point
affecting
is-
by
my
what?
point is that whenever you say that there's more now than before,
Okay.
is erroneous because there's no data to sustain it.
I think when we're going in circles right now, I think what we're understanding is that regardless of the situation, is that there's not enough data that's being collected.
Not enough data, and it's always been going up. So you can't say there's a higher population now than before.
Well, I'm not
since
saying-
it's always going up.
I'm not saying neither. All I'm saying is, I personally don't understand how that even makes any sense because people stopped catching them. Therefore, there should be more because nothing was interfering, unless predators were able to take advantage of that situation.
I mean, if you think about most predators in Florida, they're opportunistic. Whatever is more abundant is what they're catching. It's what they're eating the most of.
you're not considering Cubans.
What do you mean? Oh, Jesus.
Fuck off, bro.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I expected like Cuban tree frogs. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck? Like,
Regardless, I get you,
point
buddy.
is-
I'm fucking.
Irregardless.
Point is, it is not a solution to the problem. Nowhere near close. A solution to the problem.
I don't think
The solution is them dying straight up. It's the only solution. There's not enough houses that can sustain green iguanas as pets. There just isn't. Period.
Oh, 100%.
Then it's not a solution.
I don't. Okay, I agree that it's not a perfect solution.
It's not a solution. Period.
I disagree with that.
It's not a solution,
I
period.
don't. I disagree with it's not a solution. Period. I think that, mind you,
What is it? What is it solving? Since it's a solution.
I think that if there's any, I think that if there's any way where we can consider how to drop the numbers by any amount, whether significant or not.
And that's killing them.
Okay, sure. I'm not saying don't kill the animal
That's
if
literally
you
the
have
answer.
to do that.
The-
Okay, wait. But
That
that's
is
not
the solution.
But,
The solution is
you're
killing
right.
them,
You're right.
period.
But
Oh my
that's
God.
but that's literally not what we're talking about. But yeah, you're right.
He wants to kill the iguanas.
No,
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying is whatever happens, whether they allow it or don't
Yeah.
allow it, all you're doing is creating a market. Period. You're not
Okay,
solving the
sure.
problem. You're just creating a market. You're not making any solutions
But-
for anything other than a business.
Okay, so this is the thing now. I disagree that you're not solving a problem. I would say that you are not solving the
No.
problem.
The only problem you're solving is a market. That's it.
No.
Yes,
No.
only a market.
No.
Absolutely only a
If you
market.
can, okay, I'm not saying don't figure out a way to eradicate the animals if they are affecting our natural environment. Okay, but what I'm saying is that if they can figure out a way to drop the numbers, ergo allowing people to capture and sell out of state, mind you, you're right. There is an issue of like, yeah, you're creating a reason for people to keep the animals here because that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Is you're creating a reason for people to, and you're right.
And move
But-
spots, make new spots,
But-
move them up because now you want to make
But
money
that-
in Orlando. You're making a market.
I understand what you're saying, but this is the thing: is that that's not an issue with the solution that they're providing. That is an issue with the people that are allowed to do the thing.
No, that is a solution regardless because the people allowed to sell are going to pay third-party people to catch. They're not going to go out themselves and catch it.
Okay, so this is the thing. Then we need better. If they're gonna, maybe they shouldn't free range. Just everybody go out and fucking do this. And there needs to be a better way.
Regardless of Yoshii, it is nowhere near a solution.
Again,
Data and
I don't agree.
scientifically, not a solution.
I don't agree that it's not a solution. I agree that it's not the solution to solve the broader problem.
It's not a solution. Are the iguanas going anywhere?
Are they
No.
going anywhere?
Are their numbers gonna go down for sure?
Okay,
No.
but that solves a problem.
No. What problem does it
hold on.
solve? What problem does it solve?
It solves the fact that if there will be less because of it, that is a problem that is being solved.
If you're just catching the little ones and leaving the females and catching some of the
Assuming
males,
that they're gonna leave the females.
that's what they do every single time with every reptile there is. That happens with chameleons. That happens with spiny tails. That happens with greens.
Okay.
That has happened for many years. That's what the market
Okay.
does.
Okay.
The market gives a fuck about money. They don't give a fuck about the animal. Where are you gonna send the animals to?
Out
To
of the
10-gallon cages?
Rock
It
and
is
roll,
not a
fuck yeah,
solution.
let's go.
It is not a solution, Yoshii.
Yeah, okay, it's okay. But now your solution is just eradicating the animals.
Yes, that is the
Okay.
only thing that works.
How are we gonna do that?
What do you mean? How
are we gonna do it?
Bolt
How are we
gun.
gonna... No. Who are you gonna get to do that?
Literally, what they had to do is do exactly what they did with the pythons. If you get a group of people to do exactly what they did with the pythons, which I'll tell you why it doesn't work the same, you will be able to hit the iguanas a lot more, just like they did Jackson's chameleons down south.
What do you mean? What did they do with Jackson?
There was a population of them, and they got teams together, and they eradicated them.
Did they pay those teams?
Yes.
Okay.
But the reason...
What's the size of the population of the Jacksons versus the iguanas?
Different. It's a long line is what it was. But on top of that, what happened with the berms, where there's trappers, is the Nature Conservancy started that group.
What's the Nature Conservancy?
So it's the biggest conservation organization in the entire world.
Okay.
So they pretty much got a group, and it's like, okay, hunted the pythons, and then they gifted it to FWC.
They gifted the conservancy.
No.
They
The
gifted-
group, the team,
Gotcha.
the business of trapping
Understood.
berms
Yeah.
got gifted to FWC. So FWC does not come up with these groups. Other people do. But whenever people do, people start bitching that it's animal abuse, that they like the iguanas and shit. People have tried, but people, including people within the industry, are against it.
Okay.
And that is literally the only solution. Same thing with the macaws and all that shit down there. You cannot catch enough to send anywhere else. There's not enough homes that would take these animals. That's number one. Number two, you're generating a market, and people start living off of this shit, and they're not going to catch everything they see. They're going to pick and choose what they're going to catch.
Okay.
That is the business. That is that business. That's what it's been, what it's like. I literally know people that do exactly that.
Okay, so if you had an option, and then I'll let you speak, Eric. I know that you're itching over there. If you had I'm
long.
sorry, bro. If you had an option, you had 10 items in front of you, okay? And the only thing was, you're like, I need to get rid of these fucking items, okay? I cannot do anything to get rid of these items right now, okay? But somebody's like, I will take one because I can go make money off of it. Would you rather... You need to get rid of those items. Would you rather... Wait,
that is
wait,
not
wait,
a good
wait.
analogy already.
Why?
Because those items are multiplying themselves. If I gift one to
Well,
this
that's
guy,
the fucking reason. That's the reason why you're like, yo, I need to get rid of these items before these items duplicate tenfold. So in a year, these 10 could equal 100, or these 10 can equal 90.
whatever.
Math.
It
Yeah.
doesn't. It doesn't.
90.
It doesn't make a difference to the environment.
Oh, okay. So, but
The population is still there.
okay. So yeah, that is a little bit of a different conversation than what I'm saying. The only thing I'm arguing is that a difference would be made, whether it's
I
significant
don't think
or not.
as much. I think they need to be put down. Honestly.
Well, nobody's saying not to do that.
Oh, there are. The people are.
Nobody in this
Yeah,
room.
I'm like,
not to do that.
bro.
Nobody in this room is
The
saying not to
real
do that.
solution is that,
Yeah, but how do they do that by those numbers?
bro. It's not that hard. I promise you.
All right, Eric, say your thing, and then we're gonna get into that.
Oh my God.
What are you gonna say?
No, this. First of all, you guys went way deep, way deep.
That's fine.
This is just a lawn mowing scenario.
The fuck?
You get a
It's-
industrial lawnmower? What are we talking about?
It's not okay. It's not a fix. It's not gonna fix the problem
Nope.
of the iguanas. That is true.
Mm-hmm.
All you're doing is cutting the grass and throwing the smallest amount of pesticide. It's not really gonna do a whole lot.
Yeah,
and all
no.
you're doing is just letting people kind of do something with this problem. I don't really think it's gonna be the way to go, but I also believe that, I guess, the pet emotion side of it, because we want to kill these animals, we love these animals, this and that and the other. I think that is probably the biggest thing that's keeping
Yeah.
any
I
progress.
I
And on
don't
top of
think
that-
that people were concerned about these animals dying or not.
Oh, they are.
They are.
Oh, they are.
That's the
100%.
whole reason people are
Yeah.
catching them, so they can send them out of state, so they can live, so they can do that.
Another thing. They're one of the most invasive lizards. They're invasive in Asia. They're invasive in Florida. They're invasive in
all over the
Texas.
fucking place, yeah.
They're invasive in Texas. They're invasive in the Caribbean. Like, where are you gonna send them to?
Brazil.
Colorado.
No, and actually, they did DNA tests on the iguanas here. They're from Colombia and El Salvador and Honduras. None of them came from like the ocean, like Daniel Parker said. None of that shit. All the genetics show pet trade. Number one exporter of green iguanas during that time, Colombia.
They have data of the DNA
Yeah.
of the thing.
Yeah, because
I
it's
have
like
never seen anything
localities.
like that. Yeah.
The localities of animals. All the ones in that region are related and not as closely related as to the ones in Brazil and other countries. So
Interesting.
it dates back to that. So the pet trade itself is what spread it. So you're bringing them back into the pet trade to do what exactly?
Kiss.
To disperse further.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't agree with that. I don't think it will help. I think they don't have a project in which they go out and kill them. I just think that's the move. Bro, I've seen people clean out Amelia Earhart Park in Hialeah. Straight up clean it out.
I think I've seen people support the podcast by heading over to modernreptileshop.com.
I hate this
You can become a member. That is the easiest way to support us. And if there's any brands that you think that we should collaborate with or that we should consider for sponsors, let us know also because it's open season. We're accepting sponsors. If you have a brand and you want to become a sponsor, just let me know. I'll send you some information about how to sponsor us. But yes, this is what we do here. We have spirited conversations, and we don't cry about it because we're friends. At the end of the day.
No, I'm gonna cry about it because you stole my point.
Yeah. Anyways,
What?
let us
The
know in the
point-
comments how you feel about this. Also,
The point of how like, oh, if they get sold, you're gonna start making little pockets here and there. It's like, yep.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's already happening.
That's
here.
what they do. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now we got red tail boas, Brazilian rainbows. They're going to try to do the same thing. Then they ban them and US Ark is going to cry. And it's like, if we can catch them, we can sell them. You made a market of a whole bunch of reptiles now.
I want to go. I want to go down to catch rainbow bows.
Good luck.
Why, they're uncommon?
It's not as easy as you think. You have to go a few times.
I got a place.
You don't
to
believe in
stay.
him?
Yeah.
I got a place to stay.
You have to go multiple times to be able to get them. But point is, you're just opening a new market for the reptile industry. It's all you're doing. It's all they're doing is a way to make more money for the reptile industry, period.
It's definitely interesting.
Oh, iguanas.
Because you're not going to, like, on purpose, you will leave some out so that they can breed. And you might start a season without even saying, like, oh, next year, once they breed, we'll go back and catch the babies. Leave the females there so they have the babies.
So
Because then you're making cash.
You were saying something that you know how, if they needed to get eradicated, you were saying that there's a way that can happen.
Kill them.
No, yeah, that's eradicating. How do you do it?
Just
Literally spot them out, go out. Bro, if you go to those main parks.
They did that.
No, they didn't.
Bro, they did that in Miami. What are you talking about?
Not like
They
that.
had
No.
open season. What are we talking about?
but it wasn't how. It
Did you
wasn't,
do you not remember all the kids that were going out and literally abusing these iguanas?
Yes, but that is not what what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the same scenario as the berms make it to the iguanas, not open season. You have a group of people that goes to certain spots, clean it out, and move on to the next.
professionals, I think.
That has been done
What?
with other animals,
can't-
mammals that are harder.
What?
I can't see what I was gonna say.
What?
No, I literally can't.
fuck.
I can't.
Okay.
I can't. No.
But yeah, no,
Yeah.
there's ways. There's ways. You
Yeah.
just got to put the money and the time into it, and there's ways to like bring them pretty close to zero. Bro, they're all in open areas. How do you miss?
Bad shot.
Only way you can't do berms is because you can't go inside the Everglades.
Okay. I mean, hunting these iguanas is not as easy as it sounds.
It's a lot easier than you think.
It's just tedious.
Bro, I literally go out there and I catch them with my hands.
You're
Imagine if I had a fucking scope.
Yeah, right, but a couple of things. One, not everybody's you. Two, I mean, those things are evasive. They are surprisingly evasive. And how fast they go into water.
I think it's more so there's just a lot of them. Like the work itself you could say
there's
is
a
easy,
lot of
but
them, but they're pocketed.
yeah, but there's a lot of pockets.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
they're
You
in.
That's what
clean
makes it
out the
hard.
pocket.
There's a lot of pockets.
This guy, something that you said is like, oh, they're in cities. South Florida is a giant city. They are everywhere.
No, but they're in little pockets within the city.
Wrong.
No, that is right. They're in the canals and they're in the main parks.
Where are the canals?
They go through and connect the
Where?
parks. What do you mean where?
Where?
What do you,
All over. They go from the
Absolutely,
Keys
yeah.
to Broward County.
Yes, and that's where you work your way up. Start from the Keys. The Keys will be cake. If you put the money and the time and the resources and the people.
How many miles from the southernmost point in the Keys? How many miles is there to that to West Palm Beach?
It would be a lot, absolutely. But with years and time,
then go west.
It would do a lot more work than the bullshit market that they're considering. It will go up regardless.
Well, of course, because you're literally.
It will go up regardless.
You're literally fucking.
You know, I have in my head
I gotta
right
be
now?
careful the words that I'm about to say right now. I gotta be
making
careful.
a market. You're not like this is not nowhere near a solution. This is not 1% of a solution.
I don't 100% agree with that.
It's not 1%.
I don't think that we. I mean, I know that we're being. I'm gonna pretend like I know what this word means. I know we're being facetious, but
You used it the right way.
did I? Let's go, dude!
Let's fucking go.
man. Finally, fuck.
You're making a market. You're not putting a dent into anything.
I think
is the environment better because of it? No, it's the same. Is
I don't think it's
native
the same.
animals better because of it? No, it's the same. Is infrastructure better because of it? No, it's the same.
I don't know about the infrastructure part of it.
So
I
what do you
don't- I don't
fix?
know. What do you fix? I think
What do
that
you fix?
I think that if you open this up
Mm-hmm.
and there is any number that is less, it is a benefit, but not
Less
the
than what?
solution.
Less than what?
What do you mean?
The population has always gone up. So is it less than what?
Okay, but if I can tell you that there was a 0.05% drop in population, you literally cannot say that there was
That's
not a
nothing.
difference. Oh, it's something. It's trackable.
That's not even 1%. Like I said.
No, I know, but I get what you're saying. But I'm saying that you can't say that there is no solution. Sorry, you can't say that there is no difference if it's a trackable difference.
But it's not a
this is the thing.
solution.
What will happen now if that passes is we will actually confirm what kind of difference it can make. Because the thing is that we never had a situation where we said you guys cannot do this anymore. So now we have data of years where
don't.
we don't have numbers of what's going on.
From the beginning, not really.
No. I'm talking about the last couple of years that they passed this
Oh.
thing. I'm saying that
I don't know. I don't think so.
I
though.
think that if they have data that shows these are kind of around the numbers that we can assume are out there right now, and this is the projected growth by whatever percent that it is, then we can say if they pass this thing and they're like, okay, now we got open season. If we take those years and these years, and now we can see what kind of causation, correlation, whatever's happening between this and that. But when you're done looking up whatever it is that you're looking up, we can show the last video that you had for us.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Forgot
Oh
about
my
that.
Yeah. This is crazy.
I feel like I'm arguing with Tino again.
I know. I was getting flashbacks.
No, this is the thing is that except I'm a lot more diplomatic and I'm not gonna fucking start getting. I'm not gonna compare it to something completely obscene.
That I
Do you
have
remember
to,
that episode that we had to cut like 20 minutes?
Yeah.
I love that.
Bro, there was
Oh
an
my
episode, guys,
God, bro.
that we had to cut 25 minutes from because Tino wouldn't move from something that he legitimately shouldn't say. Whether or not it's recorded, it's like, Tino, why are you saying those words? And we would tell him, move on. And he wouldn't. And then he would like move on for like 5 minutes and then go right back into it. Yeah, it was crazy. That was like an hour and 20 long episode that ended up being like 25 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah, I miss him.
Yeah.
You saw him today.
I did. He showed
Yeah.
up at my job today. It was fire.
So all I can find is populations have gone up and expanding from more cities or showing up in new cities
Because like
Including-
during this time.
during the time that it has been banned.
Okay.
And before that, they were already doing it.
Okay, yeah, but I mean,
Like,
We-
what are you slowing down anything?
Okay.
Are you stopping anything? No,
we would find out if they pass it. It's
Yeah.
not we don't even know if it's passed. But
Yeah.
then we would find out the truth behind it. Like, okay, did it make a fucking difference? And even this is the thing that we just keep going around in circles. Even if they keep growing in popularity and they keep expanding to different cities, but maybe they're doing it at a slower pace, then technically, there has been some kind of difference. But
okay, so
the
why do
big
you want?
thing-
Why do we want iguanas out?
why do we want
Uh-huh.
iguanas out?
Yep.
They're pooping on my lawn. I don't
For
know.
real?
That's what they're saying.
For real,
No, actually,
actually.
okay, so the thing is that they're affecting the natural habitat. They're outcompeting specific animals,
Mm-hmm.
correct?
Some, yeah.
Okay.
They also seed dispensers, so they eat invasive.
Say
fruits.
again. They're also
Seed dispensers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they eat invasive trees and plants that the government pays to get out to take off. So Brazilian pepper is the
And
biggest one.
they're
They're dispensing
Okay.
the seeds, so you can cut.
so
up
it's
the
just
trees.
a a natural disaster. No, I'm just kidding. Continue. It's a disaster in the nature.
Yeah.
the nature.
So
In the
they
nature.
They eat Brazilian pepper. They poop out the seeds, bring more trees, and the state literally
Okay.
pays to cut those down.
Uh-huh.
It's illegal to plant them
Uh-huh.
as well.
So arrest the iguanas.
So arrest the
Planting that
fucking
shit.
iguanas. That's
There we go. That's the answer.
Shut the fuck up.
We
figured
arrest
it out.
them.
So seed dispensers, they make burrows, they're eating people's flowers or whatever. And if you ask a biologist that their job is down there in South Florida in those parks, do you think that is an answer to them? Do you think that's a solution to them? Those are the people that are actually mad and have data to be mad about it. Do you think that's a solution to them? If you were to stand here in front of a biologist that's having issues about the iguanas spreading those trees and all those other things, and you tell him like, oh, this is the solution I came up with, what is he going to tell you?
He's gonna tell me
That's not a solution.
no. He's gonna look at me. He's gonna look up and down, and he's gonna be like, "Aren't you that guy from that podcast?" no. I mean, no. Look. This is the thing. In reality, I understand what
This
you're
only
saying.
benefits the pet trade.
Well, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean,
That's it.
or rather, not only the largest benefit is the pet trade.
No, only. The growth is still there. Iguana's not going anywhere.
Correct.
Only.
Potentially the growth would be there, but my
It's not the
thing-
environment. It's not biologists. It's
my
the pet
thing
trade. Period.
is that if you took out, and if there is a, this is my thing again, if there is a percent difference that could be trackable in the growth. If you're right, they might still be growing, but if that growth got slowed down by a fucking fraction, then technically there was a difference. Technically,
You won't even be able to feel that difference.
It's like
Well, that
if,
I agree
if you,
with.
if only one vote counts or whatever, or some shit like that. I don't
It's
know.
like if I shoot you, and I could shoot you with
You'll
a bullet
never be
this
able to do
big.
that. You'll never be
And I
able
shoot
to.
you with a bullet this big. Does it make a difference? Nah, motherfucker,
Yeah.
you dead.
no, that's not true.
Bro.
Oh my god.
Well, this is the thing. If you shot me right here near the artery, and you had the bullet this big, and that's why it hit my artery. But if the one was smaller and it didn't hit my artery, I could be alive, bro.
What if I shoot you in the heart both times? You still die.
No, I don't have one. Finding the right substrate is a paramount part of reptile keeping. And if you're looking for the best cocoa option, we recommend Cocoa to Go. Cocoa can be used for reptiles, amphibians, and even plants, so they're perfect for any kind of setup. So we make sure to use Cocoa to Go. Let them know that the Reptiles With Podcast sent you. Anyway, show me this fucking video.
Okay. Let's get to the video.
Yeah.
Okay.
Become a member.
Shut the fuck up. All right, Eric, you haven't seen it, right?
No. I wish I didn't react to it because that was.
Oh shit! I think they deleted it,
No, bro.
I think
I
they deleted
hate
it.
you guys
I think they
so
deleted it.
much.
No, you're a liar.
Yeah. I
bro.
swear to God, I'm not lying.
Explain it then, because now I'm mad.
Hold on, let me try it again.
I should have fucking.
That
Yep,
shit
they
fucking
took it
showed
out.
Me.
Oh,
The fuck,
Wait, try.
man.
You,
Look it up,
somebody else try to open it because I might be
have my
blocked
phone.
because I commented rest in piss.
I sent it to you. I sent it to you.
Yeah.
sent
Okay,
it
try
to
to
me?
open it. I might be blocked because I said rest in piss. Fuck.
Rest in piss is crazy.
Let's fire up Facebook real quick.
Damn, that was every time we get into invasive shit. That's all we talk about in this fucking podcast.
Yeah,
bro.
we gotta not do that so much.
It'll be on
That's
Messenger.
so
It's the biggest
specific.
issue.
Yeah.
It'll be on Messenger.
Yeah.
I don't have any new things from you on Messenger.
Bro, in your text, no?
Last thing you sent me was from January 18th on Messenger.
I sent it to you, bro. Maybe that's because they did delete it.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Wait, Google it. Google what the search was.
Shut the fuck up. God damn it.
Dude, there's no way that this is happening right now.
Yeah.
What was the video?
I'm
Don't
sending
worry.
it. Fuck.
What do you mean you're sending it, bro? You don't have it anymore.
Oh no, he got it. Hold on.
You found it again?
Let's see if it opens for him.
Cannot play video.
Oh, it's blocked. It's
All right,
blocked.
Google it. Google
Oh,
it.
what is that shit called?
Google.
Shut. No.
This is funny.
I'm so mad
my
right
God.
now.
I forgot. Where was it? Kentucky or some shit?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think
It was a rattlesnake roundup.
Yeah.
Presentation
Fuck.
Of some
I
sort.
feel like I have an idea of what the video was.
No, you trust me, you do not. Eric,
Yeah.
oh, actually, Eric, what do you think it is? I'm not going to react. I'm not going to respond. What do you think the video is?
I think someone was trying to pee on it and got bit.
What the fuck, dude?
I don't know.
Yeah, that was it.
You said rest in piss. You said rattlesnake.
What kind of what snake do you think it was?
Western diamondback. I don't know.
Interesting.
those are the snakes that get fucked
So
with.
you
That's the
think
livelihood.
that-
Okay, I can't fucking find it to save my fucking life.
All right, you want to
Okay,
tell them what it was?
Point is, there was a rattlesnake roundup, and they brought a cobra. I think it's the same one that bit Chandler, if I'm not mistaken. And they were just
Like the same species?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, the
They're not-
same
They
exact
got it from
one.
India.
Oh, no.
They were like, "This is for Chandler." No, they got it from India. And the guy's fucking with it, and he gets bit by a cobra.
Dude.
And I said, "Rest in piss." He lived though. He's fine.
Oh, I thought it was a pee thing. Never mind. I don't know. You guys are weird like that.
Oh, we're weird.
Yeah.
You want to talk on this podcast about weird right now?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
You sure?
What you got?
When are you gonna wet the nugget, dude?
Soon. We'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get there.
Anyways, we got anything positive to end this with?
Yeah. I had a great day at work today.
Yeah?
Tino came and visited me. It's fire.
Chino.
Found some water snakes and shit.
You guys are so fucking lame. Pisses me off.
What?
That guy just herps for like regular easy shit.
All
bro.
right.
Step it up.
I step it up.
What?
Step it up.
What about Palm Street? Oh, this is not coming out around that time, bud. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, follow us on Palm Street, Modern Reptile. We good? We good?
Yeah.
This is it? All right, this
Yeah.
was the Reptiles with Podcast.
It's not a solution.